Welcome to WrenchWay Weekly, where we talk about the industry's hot topics, highlight the voices of technicians, and use that information to help educate shops and dealerships on how to improve the industry. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give our videos a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. The topic of the week was, what is the biggest factor that makes you stay working at a shop or a dealership? I'd like to first start by kind of commenting on this. The reason for this question came from our WrenchWay Roundtable in February, where we had Damon Agostino on talking about career development. What Damon talked about in why he stayed with his shop was really, really motivating, and it was really good information. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, we've actually got a video of that roundtable on our YouTube page. I would encourage you to check it out. It's towards the end of the video, and it is so good. His insight was phenomenal on why he worked there and why he continues to want to work there. And so props to Damon for that. But the results for this week, and a reminder, the question is, what is the biggest factor that makes you stay working at a shop or a dealership? The results came back that compensation was 43%, work environment was 29%, benefits at 14%, career development opportunities at 12%, and we had another category that 2% of people came back with. Obviously, compensation is really, really important. Our WrenchWay Insiders told us that, and it's a big driving factor as to why somebody stays where they're at. If they feel like they're being treated fairly, if they feel like they're being treated well in the compensation side, they're less likely to look. Now, work environment coming in at 29%, with almost a third of our WrenchWay Insiders saying that work environment was very, very important, is kind of telling, right? And I think as we kind of take this down, we actually asked the same question on LinkedIn and got a completely different result. It actually flip-flopped the top two. Work environment on the LinkedIn poll came in at 47%, while compensation and career development came in at 23%, and benefits came in at 8%. So what this told us is that, there's some combination there between compensation and work environment that makes people want to stay. And I think when you think about it from the technician standpoint, I think there's a lot of value in looking at this data and understanding what they're trying to say, right? Now, when we talk about compensation, what are they looking for? I think they want to make sure that they're being taken care of, that they're being fairly treated, and really that they're at market rate for what a technician is going for. And they hear a lot of chatter, I think we all do, amongst the lines of like, what can technicians make? They want to make sure that they're in that boat. Now, work environment being equally as important, and kind of as you average the two out, they almost average out evenly between the insiders and the LinkedIn poll. Work environment is so important. And I think a lot of times where compensation becomes a real priority is when that work environment really isn't good. I've seen technicians that leave a job to go somewhere that pays better, and they're miserable. And it's because the work environment of where they went really, really stinks. On the other side of that, I've seen people kind of have the golden handcuffs, if you will, and they're staying at a job that they hate because they're being paid very well. And so there's so many factors that go into this, and everybody's situation is unique. But what I think this tells us is that we need to look at both of these and really put a high level of importance on them as we're managing technicians. And when we talk about work environment, this can be stuff from, what's the relationship with their boss? What's the relationship that they have with the coworkers, the other workers? And that can be a big deal, right? There's so many strong personalities in shops, and it can be, at times, if you've got kind of different personalities, it can create a lot of headbanging and people that aren't maybe on the same page. And so then they start to look at that compensation piece a little bit deeper, and they're saying, oh, you know what? Maybe I can go somewhere else and make as much money and I'll be happier, right? So I think it starts that internal dialogue. And it's important that you get that internal dialogue out and you get them talking about it. And that's an opportunity to help improve your work culture. And maybe it's that you've got 4 techs in the shop that all have a problem with one certain person. And I've seen it over and over and over again. You need to have a talk with that one person as well to understand, what are they thinking? Are they, just a negative person, or is it something going on in their personal life that's creating friction amongst everybody else? So very important to look at that and really understand that piece. On the other side of that, there are times where compensation forces somebody to leave, right? And when I say that, maybe they're in a financial position at home where they're desperate. They can't keep doing what they're doing. They need to make more money to be able to pay for their bills at home. That is a real thing, and it happens every day, everywhere, right? People can get themselves into bad situations. And some of it's not necessarily of their own fault, right? Like maybe there's medical issues, or maybe there's some things that are extenuating circumstances out of their control. Coronavirus, where maybe they have a spouse that isn't working anymore as a result, or there's so many different things that go into it, and you really, really need to take that seriously. One thing that I'm a big believer in, I think is really, really cool. Tanner Brandt brought it up on one of our roundtables a while back, is giving the technician some level of financial education, right? We keep talking about this, but educating a young tech that maybe, they don't need that snap-on toolbox right off the bat if they don't have any tools to put in it. You want to make sure that they're making good decisions, not just, this is my paycheck, I'm going to spend all of this every week. Get somebody in there, get an expert in there to educate them. And then as an owner or manager, if you're in a better position than that, maybe take them under your wing, give them some mentorship, and show them that you care more than the hours they produce, right? Show them that you care about them as a person. That's a really, really big deal. So a little bit of feedback that we got from our WrenchWay Insiders. There were a couple quotes that I thought were really, really good. The first being, they all play a big role in staying at a place. I can deal with some bullshit for the right pay and benefits, but if there isn't any career development, then it's useless to be there. So what this person's saying is that career development's really, really important to them. The other stuff's important to them too, right? Like they need all of that stuff. But if they don't see opportunities to advance or make themselves better, they're out of there. That's a big deal. Being able to have those conversations, talk to people that might want to advance that haven't yet, and really working out a plan to help them get to where their goals are, both personally and professionally, are a big deal. The second quote was, "How I feel about the people I work for has always been the driving factor behind my longevity at a dealership." Again, when you find the right fit, that makes life a lot easier. So how do you do that? How do you find the people that you're going to fit and that are going to fit your personality? There's so much that goes into that. I preach this constantly from a shop standpoint. Don't just hire to hire a warm body because you need technicians in the shop and you're sick of customers yelling at you for not being able to complete their work. Get out in front of it. Try to interview as many technicians as you can, which is really tough, right? Because technicians kind of have their choice at where they want to go. But being able to talk to a technician about why it's important that they fit into your culture is equally as important. So even if somebody has the technical skill, but might be abrasive towards other techs in the shop, that's going to cause a real problem and some strife in your shop. So make sure that you're talking about culture. And my friend Ed Roberts down at Bozard Ford, I know he was just talking with the tech this week and talked about the importance of culture. That is so, so important, and I hope that you're all doing that. And if you're not, take that into consideration and make sure you're talking about culture and what it takes for somebody to fit in with you. As always, I want to thank all of our WrenchWay Insiders for the feedback on this week's topic. Really, really good feedback. A lot more people out there, and just the more feedback we get, the more we're able to really educate shops on what the collective voice of technicians are thinking. As you know, if you answer our topic of the week in the WrenchWay Insiders app, you get to play our higher or lower game, and you get to compete to win our weekly giveaway. The giveaway for this week was a $100 Amazon gift card, and the winner was Robert Soleil with a high score of 29. Congratulations, Robert, on that Amazon gift card. Hope you have fun with that. Robert also got a chance at the Queen of Hearts pot, but did not turn over the Queen of Hearts, so the pot has increased to $600. For those of you that remember, we gave away the $2,400 last week, so the pot reset. It's back up to $600 already. Get out there and play it. We just posted new challenges, so to complete those challenges, earn more points, and get to play our higher or lower game, head out to the WrenchWay Insiders app and play those games, answer those questions, and you'll be hopefully able to win some gift card money like Robert did. And want to give a special shout out to Full Bay, who is our sponsor for this week. Full Bay, for those of you that haven't gone and checked them out, is just a really, really cool software, very progressive software for diesel shops. And it's one that I'm really, really fascinated with. Jacob Finley and his crew down there at Full Bay are just great people and have been huge supporters of this program and a lot of other things that WrenchWay does. So if you get a chance, go support them. They're great people. They make stuff like this possible. So we thank you, Full Bay, for participating in this and being such a good partner of ours. As a reminder, the WrenchWay Insider app is invite only, so if you'd like to receive an invite, you can fill out the form on the WrenchWay website. We'll put the link in the video description, or you can email us at info@wrenchway.com. The topic for this week is going to be: how many female technicians does your shop or dealership currently employ, and what do you think the industry can do to encourage more women to pursue a career as a technician? This is going to be a big focus for us this month, as our roundtable, our WrenchWay roundtable, is focused on this. If you get a chance to check it out, please do. We have a rock star panel for that. We're going to dive really, really deep into this subject. Kristen Battaglia from our team is actually going to be doing the moderating on that one, so I'm taking a month off. But this is really, really good stuff, and I'm fascinated to hear what our WrenchWay Insiders have to say on this topic, because I think there's a huge opportunity there, and I want to know what technicians think of this and how we get more in there. Obviously, we'd love to hear your feedback. To provide feedback, you can log into the WrenchWay Insiders app and find the poll titled WrenchWay Weekly Topic of the Week. Lastly, if you like what we're doing, please do not forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I hope all of you have a great week. Make sure to join us on that WrenchWay Roundtable. We'll put details out there for that. But pleasure being able to read all this feedback, and look forward to talking to you next week.